Saturday, the Golden Hurricane began American Athletic Conference play, taking on number 24 SMU in Dallas. Find out what happened next on the Philip Montgomery Show.
The Philip Montgomery Show, brought to you by St. Francis Health System, by River Spirit Casino, and by Pepsi. Now your host, Bruce Howard.
Hello again, everybody, and we welcome you to the Philip Montgomery Show. I'm Bruce Howard, joining you from Dallas, where the Hurricane lost a heartbreaker on Saturday, 3 overtimes to SMU. The final score was 43-37. Great game. Unfortunately, it was SMU that got the last touchdown to win the game. So they remain unbeaten. The Hurricane now 2-3 on the season. We'll have the lead up to the game and first half highlights next on the Philip Montgomery Show. Welcome back to the Philip Montgomery Show, the 26th all-time meeting between the Golden Hurricane and SMU, with SMU leading the series 14-11 and having won 9 of the 14 games here in Dallas. Let's get the lead up to the game now and first half highlights. My broadcast partner Rick Corey and head coach Philip Montgomery.
All right, thanks, Bruce. All right, Coach, coming in here, you saw an SMU football team that had been really explosive offensively. Hard to concentrate on one weapon. They had so many, but what concerned you the most?
Well, just as balanced as they've been. You know, Jones had been running the football extremely well. Porche and Robertson had been making big play after big play in the passing game. And then Shane's just, he throws the deep ball extremely well. He's been accurate. He plays with a lot of confidence. He's been in a lot of ball games. And so that, to me, has been the key to them all season long. It's really been his play and his decision making.
But then when you get into this, your defense immediately steps up and kind of slaps them. You have the unfortunate play right away, but then really pretty much your defense starts knocking these guys around. What are you doing really well right there?
Well, I think we were just being physical. You know, I thought our guys were coming off the football. I thought we did a really good job of stopping the run early and then getting them in predictable type situations from a third down standpoint and then being able to get off the field. I mean, we got pressure on the quarterback. I thought our secondary played extremely well with all of those talented receivers running around. But, you know, you just got to continue to keep doing it. And, you know, we did some really, really good things in this game. We did some things we got to learn from. But we got to just continue to go out and finish.
First of all, I see a really good 30 minutes, the first half from Tulsa and SMU right here at Gerald J. Ford Stadium.
This is a good return team for SMU. In fact, he is number 1 in the league. C.J. Sanders back at the 3-yard line for SMU. Here's the kick. High end over end, taken by Sanders, 1 yard deep in the end zone. And now he brings it out and sidesteps 2 Tulsa players right side to the 20 and then dragged down on a shoestring tackle at about the 23-yard line. He did push forward maybe for a yard or so, and it'll be second down and long. Fake handoff. Buechele keeps it, and he gets hammered in the backfield and dropped. Terrific play by Diamond Cannon. That was a read option, Rick, and Buechele doesn't keep it very often. He kept it that time, and boy, was that read well by Diamond Cannon. Ball at the 48 of SMU. Out of the shotgun, Smith has the snap, drops back to pass, has time, throws right side. That ball is intercepted. It is picked off. It is Johnson on the interception. Armani Johnson, left side, will take it all the way. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown SMU. A pick 6. And Zach Smith and the receiver were not on the same page. But they're 18. Fake handoff, back to pass. Smith floats one down the left side, and it is caught by Juan Carlos Santana. Left boundary 50 to the 45. Down near the 40. We'll see where they spotted. Juan Carlos Santana had a one-on-one matchup against a safety down the left boundary, and he beat that safety, Chase Cromartie, for 42 yards. Out of the shotgun, Smith, 3 to the right, 1 receiver near side left, 3-man front, and they bring a blitzer. Back to pass, Smith throws over the middle, and it is intercepted at the 24-yard line after Josh Johnson missed a perfect throw. Smith, one and maybe both, not his fault. Handoff again, Jones. Jones got met right in the hole, and a form shoulder-to-shoulder tackle made by Cooper Edmiston.
And he just panicked.
Here's Denbo again with the running kick, and the line drive comes to the near side, bounces out of bounds at around the 30. They're not going to get a whole lot out of that. It'll be first down and 10 Tulsa at their 42-yard line. Here's the snap, fake handoff, back to pass. Smith throws right side, a man wide open. Stokes catches it, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Tulsa! 58-yard touchdown pass, Zach Smith to Keelan Stokes, and the Golden Hurricane has taken the lead 9-6 with 13:46 to go here in the second quarter. A complete bust by the SMU defense, but give credit to the Hurricane. They took advantage, they recognized it, and Smith hit Keelan Stokes on the run. Zach Long to kick it off from left to right, high end over end kick and short, and it bounces at the 5, rolling toward the end zone, and it is loose, and it goes into the end zone, and is recovered by Tulsa. Is that a touchdown?
It is.
It is. It's a score for TU. My goodness. A bottled up play, a boxed up play by SMU, and Kendaren Ray recovers the ball in the end zone. They were looking for the ball to go in the end zone, and it hit at the 1-yard line, and Kendaren Ray knocked it into the end zone, and then he recovered it. Shotgun Buechele on first down and 10, a low snap, he handles it, now hands it off, and Freeman is hit immediately and decked. Tulsa defense has played absolutely spectacular so far at 39. Third and a yard, and the handoff goes up the middle, and it's broken by Shamari Brooks up the middle, 50, 45 to the 40, cuts back center of the field to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5-yard line for Shamari Brooks up the middle as he weaves his way down the field. It is a 61-yard gain by Shamari Brooks to the 4. Out of the shotgun, Smith awaits the snap, has the snap, fake handoff, throw left side into the end zone, caught, Stokes, touchdown. 5-yard touchdown pass, Zach Smith to Keelan Stokes, who hauls in his second. Out of the shotgun, Buechele awaits the snap, has the snap, and drops back to pass, looking right, waits, now flushed out, now he runs, and he is sacked back at the 23-yard line. The tackle made by Big Cat, Tyrus Stevenson, side left. 4th and 3 from the 5-yard line. Jones to the right of Buechele out of the shotgun. Buechele has the snap, rolls out to the right, rolling, now backing up, throwing high in the air to the left side into the end zone, incomplete, and Tulsa takes over at the 5.
A great finish to the first half for the Golden Hurricane. They lead 23-9 at halftime. We'll have second half highlights, adjustments, all of that coming up on the Philip Montgomery Show. Welcome back to the Philip Montgomery Show. At halftime, Tulsa leads 23-9, and the Hurricane getting the second half kickoff. Let's talk adjustments, and we go to head coach Philip Montgomery and my broadcast partner Rick Corey. Along with those adjustments, of course, second half highlights as well. Gentlemen?
All right, so Coach, that may be your best 30 minutes together as a football team, that first half. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought we played pretty well overall. There were some mistakes in there. We were a little loose with the football. They made a couple of plays in the secondary, but I think we made some bad decisions, or more or less tried to force some things that we didn't need to. But overall, we just continue to bounce back, continue to make plays on both sides of the football and in special teams, and it was a good 30 minutes for sure.
Any little slight adjustments at the half you were making coming out to start the second half?
We knew they were going to make some adjustments. We've been able to be a little bit more balanced in the first half. Want to continue that process, obviously. Talked about a few things. Came out, in the start of the second half, in the first drive of the third quarter, we get the football, go right down the field, and doing what we want to do. We just got to continue to keep our foot on the gas right there and make those things happen throughout.
All right, let's see the second half highlights plus some overtime. Here's Tulsa SMU, half 2.
And Zach Smith changes the play at the line of scrimmage, 5 seconds to get the play off. Here's the snap, fake handoff, back to pass. He waits, he throws. Long left side, a man wide open, catches it at the 3-yard line and into the end zone. Stokes, touchdown Tulsa. Holy smokes. 40-yard touchdown pass. Zach Smith, and Stokes catches his third of the game, and the Golden Hurricane 29-9 over SMU. Instead, it was Keenan Johnson on the catch for the Golden Hurricane. He was wide, wildcat formation. They snapped the ball low, and getting near and into the end zone and diving in is K'Mon Freeman. So Freeman on the wildcat took the snap. It was a low snap, but he handled it and got into the end zone to make it 30-50. Now the tight end shift. Granson, one of the tight ends, is split left now. 2nd and 6 from the 30. Here's the snap. He drops back to pass. Bouchel throws toward the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. Crochet. A brilliant catch by Crochet under pressure. The coverage there for the Golden Hurricane was not bad. Christian Williams was there, and Reggie Robinson was there, and it is 30-22 now with 8:24 to play, and SMU is 1 score down now. On 4th and 2, under center, a pitch to the left side. Jones around the end, and he scores. Touchdown SMU. Instead of going up the middle, they faked it, and they pitched it to the left side, and Jones scored. It's 30-29. Extra point upcoming. And Tulsa's going to let it run out, and we go to overtime, folks. Smith, 3rd and goal. Here's the snap. Smith, back to pass, throws toward the end zone, diving catch, corner of the end zone, touchdown! Tulsa, and it's Josh Johnson for the Golden Hurricane. 7-yard touchdown pass. Zach Smith to Josh Johnson, and the Hurricane has retaken the lead, 36-30. Snap back, ball down. Here's the kick on the way, and it is good. 16-yard gain. And they spot it at the 3. 1st and goal at the 3. Handoff, Jones. Jones gets hit, and he breaks a tackle and scores. Right. 2nd down and 3. Here's the snap, and the handoff. Jones up the middle. Big gainer again. And he fumbled the football. Tulsa comes up with it. The ball loose. Tulsa comes up with the fumble recovery. It was a big gainer, and Cannon came up with a fumble recovery for Tulsa. Jones lost it. And the Hurricane now will take the ball at the 25 as long as that fumble stands. 43-yard attempt. Waiting. Snap is back. The ball is down. Here's the kick. It's on the way. It's a line drive shot, and it's no good. He hooked it. For Zach Long, this will be his first attempt of the year to try to break a 37-37 tie out of the hold of Cannon Montgomery. Snap back, ball down, here's the kick. It's on the way, a line drive shot, and it is no good. Shotgun Bouchel awaits the snap, has the snap, and drops back to pass. Looking end zone, throwing end zone. Ball is there. Incomplete, I think, out of bounds. Porcher with a brilliant catch, but he was out of bounds.
But it was good defense, too. Now, I mean, he made that catch, but he'd been forced toward the sideline by Brandon Johnson, I believe it was.
Yep.
And that was good defense by Brandon. It's a beautiful throw and catch.
Now, they're going to review this.
He's in.
Because they think he's in.
They're right. He's in.
This ball game may be over.
After further review, receiver possessed the ball. Got a foot down on bounds. Maintain control. Put it down. Touchdown. Ball game's over.
So obviously, in the end, lost in 3 overtimes, and the emotions of this game are enough to just drive you a little bit crazy. Your message to your team was believe, because you did some good things right. And you look at that second half, that's what you have to believe.
Yeah, I mean, we put ourselves in some pretty good situations early. Late, we still got ourselves in some good situations. Guys continue to make plays. When you get in a ball game like that, and you're in the 3rd overtime, I mean, it can be just one thing or the other. You know, the catch they made to win the ball game is an unbelievable kind of circus catch type deal. We're in good coverage on it, just guy made a play. And really comes down to that, is who's going to make that one play that's going to send it over the top. And, you know, they made it tonight, but you know, I'd line up and play them again right now.
But these are difficult games, but you learn something from every game. What can you learn from tonight? What can your team learn?
Well, I mean, there were some mistakes early in the game that I thought really cost us, where we had a chance maybe to separate a little bit more than what we were. And then late in the game, you know, we had some opportunities to get off the field that we didn't. Offensively, we had some opportunities to stay on the field and we didn't connect. And so it's about making those plays, especially in those 3rd down situations, and giving yourself the opportunity to extend a drive and or shut down a drive and get off the field.
Well, it doesn't get any easier, and it doesn't get any different. Navy comes to town in a week, and we'll talk about that when we come back on the Philip Montgomery.
Welcome back to the Philip Montgomery Show. Of course, when you come to Texas taking on an SMU team, you come to the home state of many University of Tulsa football players. One of those is a 4-year wide receiver, who had a little bit of scare in April in Alto, Texas. We're talking about Keenan Johnson. Here's a look. If you holler Keenan Johnson's name at a TU practice, it's likely no one, not even Keenan, will respond. The reason? Everybody knows him as Toe.
Nobody else know me as Keenan. Like, what's your real name? Like, why do they call you Toe? I said, I'm from Alto, Texas, every time.
Alto, Texas, in rural East Texas, 140 miles southeast of Dallas, 150 miles northeast from Houston. Like those bigger towns, Alto has a nickname. It's called the Toe. And so Keenan Johnson, when recruited to the University of Tulsa, became simply Toe. As a kid, Keenan not only had a big toe, but he had big feet.
Because I had, even at a young age, I had a big foot. They always thought that's the reason I was so clumsy. I thought that's why I tripped over myself all the time. But, I just tried to get used to it because I just love playing football. I was very clumsy at first.
His shoe size is 13, but his ball skills from his days in high school helped him overcome.
I played quarterback in high school, and we ran the ball a lot, but, and that's how I just worked on ball carrying, drills with the ball in my hands and hitting the ladders and hitting the cones. And that's really how I worked on feet. No receiver drills and nothing like that ever.
So he comes to TU as a wide receiver and has been very productive with 121 catches for over 1,400 yards coming into the SMU game. But all of that success here in Tulsa didn't mean a thing to Keenan when in April of this year, an EF3 tornado blew through Alto. His grandmother and family got the call that it was on the way.
So you need to get out the house. Y'all need to get out. She hurried up and got out. She got to town before it was just finally like the rain was just taking over. The car, like she couldn't see anything. And at that point, a tree had fell over on her truck. Luckily, my teammate from high school, he played line for us. He protected me through high school. He called her in, and her and my family in, and just gave him a place to, stay there until it passed over.
Keenan was asleep here in Tulsa at the time.
I had no clue at that point. I had a lot of missed calls when I woke up. I was asleep, when it was all happening. So I wake up and she was just telling me that we had lost everything, but everybody was fine. And at that point I was hurt, because I couldn't be there for them. I know I can only imagine what they was going through.
The important thing was everybody survived.
That was kind of a sigh of relief. It was kind of like, okay, well, no one got hurt, still got all my family members, no one lost their life to it. My granny started talking about my awards or I'm like, I'm not worried about them. Like, they know I won them, you can look them up on the internet and tell I won them, but y'all's life, so I can't get that back, so I need them here.
And 6 months later, the best part of the story is they've recovered in Alto, Texas.
Everything's good. Actually, my aunt, she got a house. My mom, she got a nice place for her and my little brother to stay in. My granny, she getting her another house moved back to where the other house got tore down there back deep in the country.
Keenan has been back to Alto and will go again. But now he can concentrate on his senior year and making plays like this. 4th and 5, here's the snap, and here they come. A throw over the middle, and a lunging catch by Keenan Johnson at the 35, and flags fly.
That's good.
We'll have more on the Philip Montgomery Show in a moment.
Welcome back to Philip Montgomery Show. Head coach Philip Montgomery. I'm Rick Corey, and coach, you don't have a long time, and now you've got a 180 to go as Navy comes in. That option offense is nothing like what you faced tonight, and it's physical. So you got to kind of turn things around quick, don't you?
Yeah, we really do. This was a really physical ball game tonight. Navy is always physical. Just their style of play kind of is indicative of that. But as you start thinking about it and approaching it, it's totally different for our defense. Schematically, you got to change so much. You got to be gap sound and everything. Responsibilities are vitally important right there, facing a triple option. They're playing extremely well, and so we've got a long bus ride home. We got to heal up, and we got to get back on the practice field and get ready for Navy.
It's a psychological week too, because it was so emotional. You got to get past that and move on. How do you do that?
Well, it's not easy. It's not easy. We got 24 hours to kind of get our way in and out of it. But that being said, it's not always easy to do that. So, emotional game, we got to build them as we go throughout the week, get them back as fresh as we can, get them back locked in mentally, and understanding that with our schedule and the way it is laid out and the way the American Conference is playing right now, every week is going to be another battle, another war like it was tonight. And you got to continue to keep preparing yourself for those.
And this war will be a little different. It'll be at home at H.A. Chapman Stadium against Navy, and we'll join you next week after that one.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. And the 24-hour rule is good for both wins and losses. And the Hurricane obviously must put this one behind them, the tough overtime loss to SMU, and get ready for the home matchup against Navy coming up on Saturday at H.A. Chapman Stadium. That game starts at 6:30, and so we will see you there. Get your tickets at 918-631-GO-TU or TulsaHurricane.com/tickets. For my broadcast partner, Rick Corey, and for head coach Philip Montgomery, I'm Bruce Howard. So long for now.
The Philip Montgomery Show has been brought to you by St. Francis Health System, by Riversbury Casino, and by Pepsi. The Philip Montgomery Show has been a presentation of Golden Hurricane Sports Properties and a Kane Vision production.